Hello and welcome to my channel to plan for. Today I want to share with you my bullet journal setup for the second half of 2025, or to be more precise for Q3, because usually I go through one journal per quarter. This will be my fourth journal for this year. So I started out with a B5, but it had only 120 pages, so it lasted me January and February. Then in March I was in B6, and then Q2 I used, or I'm still using this one. That's an 8x8. This journal was part of the December 24 Archer and Olive subscription box. And now I will be moving into this journal, also an 8x8 Archer and Olive, and this was part of the, I think it was the spring 2025 collection. So we still have 3 weeks in June. And actually, I won't be able to fit the rest of the months into this journal. There are only a few pages left here, and that definitely won't be enough for the rest of the months. On average, I need about 12 pages per week. It depends a little bit on my life, on how much time I have, or what's going on. But well, to make it short, I won't be able to fit the whole month of June into this notebook, but that won't be a problem because I will be on vacation the last 2 weeks of June, so I will be using vacation, so traveler's notebook time. I will be using this one during those 2 last weeks, and once I come back from my vacation, it is July will start, so it's perfect timing then to go into this new bullet journal. Okay, so now I want to show you what I did and also why I did it the way I did it. So, first of all, my title page. As you see here, there was some ink transfer. I had stamped the first page, and I forgot that the Archer and Olive ink pads have an ink that takes very long to dry. So I flipped the page, and everything got smeared. Well, in the end, I cut out the page, and that's why I have here this strip of washi tape. I think it just was a nicer solution for me to start over again and make a new title page. And basically, all you see, well, not all, but most the stuff you will see here, I got together with this spring release. So the stamps are part of the spring release from Archer and Olive of 2025. Also the stickers I used here, the washi tape. First of all, if you use everything together, it already matches. Well, big surprise. But also I told myself I really wanted to use the stuff I bought, and I used up the 2 sticker sheets, and got to use my stamps and a little of the washi tape. So for me, it's really important to use what I have, and I don't want my collection to grow and grow, and me just hoarding the stuff and not using it. So title page, as you see, that's probably the time I will spend in this bullet journal, unless I run out of space again at the end. Who knows? But yeah, that's the time I plan to spend in this bullet journal. As I said, for Q3. Then I always have at the start well, it would be a year at a glance, but I'm only spending a quarter in this bullet journal, so it's a quarter at a glance page. So here I have one box per week, and what I like this page to use for is write down one highlight of the week, something I want to remember. So if there was something exciting going on, I would write it here so I can remember it. I can, when I look at it, just be happy. Oh yeah, that was a good moment. I don't know, I went to a concert. Or also, if nothing especially noteworthy happened, what's, well, it's just regular life. Not every week you go on a trip or have a great party you're attending. So, but if it's just a regular week without any big events, then maybe just a few sentences about the week, how I felt, a quick summary of the week. That's what I want to have here. And here a couple words at the end of the quarter looking back. So that's what I plan to use this page for. Afterwards, I already start with the monthly overview. So I have a calendar here and always blank space on the opposite side. So my real calendar, the one I use to schedule all my meetings, appointments, is on my phone. I don't use this one as my calendar to keep track of what I need to do. It's just more practical to have it on my phone, and for work anyway. When work I have, like, I don't know, I guess on average 6 meetings a day or more, sometimes even more. So definitely nothing you want to have on paper. But here I only put a few things in I already had scheduled. So here, well, I just said I was going on a vacation, but once I come back from my vacation, I will be going immediately in the first week of July on a business trip. So yeah, this time we will be in Belgrade for work. I have scheduled a hairdresser appointment, and here where I have these little symbols, I have already scheduled piano lessons. Things I would add here is if something I want to remember happens here, maybe, I don't know, birthday party, whoever, or go to a concert. I don't, as I said, here doesn't have to go everything that's, every appointment, every meeting from my personal life. I don't know, I wouldn't put here the technician to fix the heating will come, because usually I wouldn't care about that. To be honest, I wouldn't even put here like a hairdresser or like piano lesson appointment. But yeah, when I set it up, I had it already in my calendar, so I put it here, and yeah, it doesn't look so empty. In contrast, like when I'm not at home, either for pleasure, I'm traveling, I'm on a vacation, or I'm traveling for work, I would put it here, because it's something that influences, of course, how my life looks like. And at the end, I expect to have here maybe 3 or 4 more entries, not more. I'm not planning to fill this out. It's really more to have something to look at quickly and get an impression of this month. And that only works if it's not filled with lots of information. Otherwise, it becomes too crowded, and what I'm really looking for gets lost. So that's the calendar, and then on the opposite side there's a blank page, because what I like to do here is at the end of the month go into my little photo program and make a photo collage and print out a page with all the different photos, not all the photos I took over the month, but some things I want to remember, and just stick it here, because then once when you come back, I don't know, a couple months or a couple years later, you can, okay, on this one side what happened, and then you see this reflected on the photo page. So if I would put here, I don't know, a birthday party of some person, then on the other side I definitely would have some photos from that party, or a concert and things like that. So I think that on the one hand, write down the meeting, or the meeting of the event, and at the other side have the photo for it. Yeah, helps me just to remember. So as this journal is supposed to last me Q3, means 3 months, so I have a page for July, August, and September. So here is my birthday, and there's another work trip already scheduled. And after that, I have a page for my wish list. I'm really trying to be mindful about my spendings, and so if I come up with something I want, or I believe I want, I try to put it first on a wish list, and let time go by, and at the end of the quarter revisit my wish list, because very often things I put here turn out to be not as important as I believed them to be when I first discovered the product, whatever. And then if I have things on here I still want, I mean, I'm not on a like no buying thing, but just on a mindful buying lifestyle, I think, and just to say, okay, yeah, if there are things here I still want, I can think about buying them, or I do it, but not just. I try to reduce the impulse buying, or yeah, but reduce. That's the key word here. I still do buy things spontaneous, but I think it helped me to like have it a little bit more under control. Okay, after that, we are already on the first weekly setup. So for this weekly setup, I have just my 7 boxes, one for each day of the week. And yeah, that's where my normal pages will start. So after here it's blank so far. And maybe now a few words of stuff I have not included into my setup, because that's the nice thing when you go through a couple journals each year. Every new journal gives me the chance to re-evaluate my setup, and what have I included last time, what should I do differently this time, what pages did I use or didn't use. So what I have not included this time anymore is like a expense tracker, not because I haven't used it, but because I moved this one into this traveler's notebook, but actually more importantly, I created an insert. I printed out those pages on, it's like rodeo paper, and yeah, just made this little insert, and that's where I'm recording all my expenses. For two different reasons, I put it in a separate journal. First, I think it makes more sense for me to track my expenses, not so much focused on a quarterly base, but really have it all together for a year, because some months or in one quarter my expenses might be higher because I'm on a vacation, and in another they're lower, or I don't know, and this quarter is Christmas, you get presents, whatever. So I really want to have this all together, and all together because, let me see, I have this here. I think I also created here a little section for my stationery expenses. As you see, in June I bought the Archer and Olive subscription box for September. I pre-ordered from a European seller where you had to pay immediately. So that's here for my stationery expenses, and yeah, it's just nicer to have it for me all together. So that's why it also only starts here with June, because I just moved into this one, and I think will keep recording my expenses in here and not in my regular bullet journal. I think it's an experiment, but I hope it makes it easier for me. But because once one bullet journal is finished, it's kind of like it's closed and it's like gone. I don't know, but yeah, I want to have here a more long-term perspective. So that's why I have not included my expensive tracker in my regular bullet journal anymore. One more thing I have not included yet is a habit tracker. My life is not very consistent in the way of, you saw I have already a few work trips planned, but also I travel for personal reasons and other things. So I like to keep my habit tracker on a weekly base, and not, as I had it before, on a monthly base, or even worse, on a quarterly base, because I found it a little demotivating to have something on a quarterly base, and then, like, for example, here, if I would say, or let's say with a monthly base, I have my habit tracker on a monthly base, and then the month July would start out me on a work trip, where all the habits I try to build or try to be consistent about wouldn't work, because I'm not at home, I'm on a work trip. So like my language studies or my piano practice, I would start out this month with a 4-day failure. And I think it's very demotivating if you look back and the first thing is, okay, I didn't succeed. Well, no, that was already, that was very evident at the very beginning. I mean, I already now know that won't work out at this time. I mean, let's stay with the example, piano practice. It's something I try to do every day. Well, I'm on a work trip, obviously, without my piano, so no. And that's and there are other things like that that just disrupt my the consistency of life, let's say it like that, and also influence my habits. So I like to put my habit tracker on a weekly base, because well, the first week I will be spending in this bullet journal will be this week. And I think this week I won't have even a habit tracker, because what for? I will be traveling, then coming back, and I think there will be a lot of stuff to be done in my household. 2 weeks before that, I'm on my vacation, personal vacation. So I will be 2 weeks on vacation, then I think about 12 hours at home, and then I go on a business trip. So I don't know if that will be even enough time to do all my laundry or whatever. So the first week will be without a habit tracker, but then on the second week, I will go back to my habit tracker and also do it in a way that I can succeed. And I think that's a central point about planning for me. Plan in a realistic way. And for me, planning in a realistic way means when I go to my habits and I know what are the things I can actually want to do every single day, but not only want, but it's feasible. And other things like yoga practice. So if I build my habit tracker, the thing wouldn't be to have it like do it every single day, but realistically, let's say 5 days a week, that's good. I mean, and that's something I can accomplish. I want to set goals that make me feel good, and then when I have achieved them, I can say, okay, can I do even more? Do I want to do even more? And not always having this feeling when you look at a habit tracker and it's always, I'm a failure because I was not able to do it every single day. Well, I already know that I won't be able to do it every single day. So long me going on about this topic, but I think that's also something I try to do here, not only share the visuals of the setup, because there are other people who do prettier stuff, whatever, but I want to give you a little insight why I do it the way I do it, and maybe this can also give you some inspiration or some ideas what you might change about your setup. So I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so just, okay, my title page, then my quarter at a glance page, my monthly pages with the photo page on the opposite side, then my wish list, and then I will start with my weekly pages, and after that my daily journaling. Okay, I hope you did enjoy this little tour through my notebook for Q3. And yeah, I would be happy for some feedback. What would you do differently, or what you like? And looking forward to see you again when I post my next videos. Have a good day. Bye.